like and sub to the video. Let's get into the credits, shall we?
Turn it up a little bit more. On my brain, about to do the show. 40K contract, take it out the door. Dice symbolize my life, roll them on the floor. From your grubby hands as you ham and grandstand. You live a shitty life, we live the bon V. Hide it in the book while we watch the TV. Think you got us fooled, who? Never again. First time, shame on me, second time, your time will end.
No, but welcome back to Tales and Stories from Brighton Secondary. As you can see, today, this is just a prop shotgun. Please, can we not get any, jokes about me looking like, that Columbine shooter from... Remember the Black Lives Matter video? That's a video for you guys to check out.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. This is I'm whipping now. Oh, nigga, you gay. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
But today's video from Tales and Stories from Brighton Secondary has come down to a very particular part of the year level. Well, not the year level, but a certain individual teacher of the year level. This teacher was probably one of the greatest aides I've ever had. Probably one of the greatest aides that anybody's ever had. He's chill, he's kind, he's relaxing. He's a musician. He's also really cool with just some of the situations that I went through for year 7. And this won't be like a normal Tales and Stories, although I always say that in those videos and it never really comes out the way that I want it to do. But before we start that, yes, I've got a new backdrop. Look at this. Yes, we got the Lost Boys. I know that a lot of people love 80s attire. Actually, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That is like my room. And yeah, this fucking brightness. Now, this video will be about Chris the Aide.
Yeah, man.
What can I say about him? Chris the Aide, or better known with his full name, which is Chris H. I don't know why I fucked up his name. Chris H, or Chris the Aide, Chris the Legend.
Chris the Bloke.
There's a bunch of them. But Chris is one of the more legendary figures in our year level teachers group, or better known as the Spectacular 5 list. The reason why Bruce or Clive don't compare to Chris is because Chris came in as an aide for people who weren't really working well in the class. It's like, everyone knows what an aide is. There was a special group of us, the Spectacular 5, who needed more help. We're going to call them Spectacular 2. Who needed more help, which was mainly me and Ty. Now, I'm not saying that me and Ty were off that, but we weren't good in class. Chris was brought in kind of like backup. It's like when you play a Call of Duty game and you bring your friend in as backup because the other team all had the same fucking phase name in the logos and they won't stop calling you the N-word.
Riot Shield, what else am I gonna
Oh, Riot Shield! I'm a pussy that use Riot Shield!
That kind of backup. But this backup came halfway during the year. Chris is a new aide, and a lot of the kids in our class like him. He is a totally relatable guy. Fucking hell. He is a relatable guy. He's very you can talk to him. He's easily talkable. And, well, halfway through the year, me and the Spectacular Five, we really like Chris. Some of the stories about Chris are pretty cool. Like how once he played through the, played at a concert.
Getting in a yellow cab and heading uptown.
So that was really cool. Another cool thing he did was that he really knew our inside jokes. So, burnt chip. Well, look, I'm starting to lose my patience. Clarissa. And all this other stuff in the... He knew every single one of those from heart because Chris was one of those people who understood our jokes for what they were. And he was also very good towards me because I needed a lot of help. I needed all the help I can get back then, you know. I had to, push it, we had to all push it to the side. And there were some experiences with Chris that were really cool. But with this, Chris the Aide, he was starting to get well loved by everyone. Everyone loved Chris the Aide. You know why? Because at least he didn't yell at you. So, as you could have seen, our previous alumni to the Tales and Stories or Spectacular 5 list, Miss Wuhan, Miss Wuhan here tried to sneak me out and say that I lied and cheated in an English test. And as you saw in the last episode, that's what she exactly did. Now, Chris may have never been at that meeting that I stated in the last video. But, guess what? He believed me, but also had to believe the teacher because that's what aides are inclined to do. They have to believe the teacher. But Chris knew that there was bullshit. And there was bullshit. There was massive bullshit within this thing that people had to see for what it was. Chris the Aide, being the man who he was, told me that he would have a chat with Miss Jackson. What happened? The chat with Miss Jackson went so swimmingly, and Miss Jackson didn't reply, and instead made me write out a paragraph or an essay on Aboriginals fishing from the waterbank, like some fucking Australian film you've ever heard. But with all this, the whole Miss Jackson debacle and Chris getting involved in it really helped my case to show that Chris was someone who was there for the kids. He was there for other kids, but he was there not as one of these aides where they're like, the teachers suck up pets and, we have to do this and we have to do that, all that. Chris the Aide was someone you could realistically talk to and get such a great conversation out of. Sorry, I had to do a little light change there in between, but as I was saying, another one of our alumni to the Tales and Stories from Brighton Secondary, Bruce Seamer, we all know him, we all love him very dearly, clearly from the like ratio and the views, was another one of these teachers who called in for the backup, Chris. Oh, fuck, shit, not said his name. Now, Chris came in to help Mr. Seymour a lot, and this is where a lot of the classic moments with Chris came out, and this is some of the best parts. The first part is this one. During one maths class, we were fucking around, me and Tyler, just completely fucking around. Buck, Angus, and Nate were all over on the other side. It's the split Spectacular 5. We were all in different parts of the room, and me and Tyler, obviously, being the two troublemakers of the class, if you want to say that. We would all split up, but Chris, every time you saw him walking past those windows in that hallway where the lockers were, you know where it is, you know where these classrooms were, it was almost like God was walking past us. And every time he would walk past and miss our classroom, it would be such a shame, but he would always wave at you, and it was really cool. But one day, he walked into our classroom. Me and Tyler so during this particular maths class, we decided to expose him to some of the jokes. One of the first jokes we exposed him to were the, meme. One of the other ones we exposed him to were the, bold chip or burnt chip. We also exposed him to, starting to lose my patience. And then we exposed him to numerous others. Chris understood us. Although we were troubled, young adolescents, that we, needed that help in school, or else we would fail. I mean, a lot of us would remember that me and Ty, especially, got a lot of help from Chris. I mean, he helped everyone else, but mainly me and Ty, and that's for some obvious reasons. But Chris H he was there. And every time we'd come in, we would always talk about new things. Like one day, Ty brought up the fact that he was into the band Nirvana, which most kids were during that time. I mean, it's a cycle, shall we say. And Chris with like in his voice, yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. Like, I hope that's not offensive, Chris. I'm really sorry. I really do hope that's not offensive. But, you know, Chris really was cool. And what made it better, he was in a rock band. Although, I can't seem to find any mentions of it because I've forgotten about it and everyone else has forgotten about it as well. But, to show off his rock band skills, he did play in the school band for some assembly as seen here in this video. But Chris was also in one of these short movies that one of our students made. It was, I don't know, it's weird. I don't think that's also there, but he also starred in that, which we had to make for English. But Chris was everywhere. He was here, there, back in China, under my chair. I mean, this man was moving more fast and more places than, I don't know, a criminal on the run. That's a good one. Now, with all this good stuff, there has to be the bad stuff. And there were bad times. There was one time in which I made the very stupid decision, because me and Ty were immature, to send him photos of a particular football player and a photo of a gorilla. Cancel me all you want. And I mean, this was so immature because I was the same skin color as that player, and I had also been called a gorilla numerous of times. So I don't know if that's a bully mechanism. The bully becomes the doesn't matter. I don't need some Reddit detective being like, ooh, he's lying. He's lying. You know what? Reddit detective? Oh. Fake gun YouTube. See? Look at this. I gotta show this. See this YouTube? It's fake. It's fake. It's got the orange tip. It's fake. It's fake. Ah. With this, there was multiple of these, you know, Chris incidents going on where Chris was coming up to us in the playground, coming up into the lunchtime. And he always came up to me, and he was always very friendly. Chris was one of those people who was friendly, you know? He would never have something bad to say about anyone unless they were giving shit to him. And that's honestly a statement in itself. But Chris the Aide, it gets a whole lot better. So, as structured as this video has been, there has been no talk of stories. And you know why? Because each part is a story in itself. Take that to heart. Now, one of the other things about Chris that's really cool, that Chris wasn't like the other teachers. Chris was actually very, very supportive. And I know I stated this probably beforehand, but he was very supportive to me and Ty and the rest of the Spectacular Five. Chris helped me probably get some of the best work I ever did at that school done within the time that I had to do it. Chris was the teacher who could help the troubled and yet still be there for other people, and it was really cool to see. But one of the coolest things is that one day in that same maths class where I made that infamous we gone meme of Mr. Seamer, he was there, he saw it, and he laughed. Whereas most other teachers would be like, Miles, where did you get that teacher's photo? Miles? Detention. Miles? But there was no animosity. He was truly one of the best aides ever in my life. He was someone who really was down to earth. And even in the last parts of my life at that school, he was still he was a friend. I know it sounds weird, but he was a friend. And the only other person I can really compare him to as a teacher, or as an aide, is another teacher called Mr. Wright from my primary school. Shout out to the Bentley West kids. If you know who Mr. Wright is, put a shingleback lizard photo in the description below. And yeah, everyone else can figure out what that means. But you know, Chris the aide and Mr. Wright have a lot in common. They're both good teachers. They're both friendly. They both helped me out immensely with my learning difficulties and my behavioral difficulties, which include ADHD, and my dyslexia and my dyscalculia, which aren't that bad. They're not like, they're not disabilities. They're not disabilities. They're just behavioral and learning difficulties. They're not disabilities. But they really helped me push forward in school. And although I still didn't do any work, I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse. I mean, in some art classes, which it's going to be an interesting one to do it on, in some of the art classes, me and Tyler would be off talking about Friday the 13th or playing on these retro game sites which were popping off at the time. And Chris the Aide, instead of being like, well boys, you gotta get your work done boys, he was actually like, Yeah, that's pretty chill. I used to play that as a kid. I was like, oh my god, is this man like just the greatest? I don't know. I mean, Chris the Aid, he's just so much good things. One of the saddest things is that he never came on Year 7 camp, you know, big rip. But this, as well as a bunch of other things, probably puts Chris above Mr. Seamer and above Clive and above, fucking way above Miss Jackson. Because Chris the Aid is not only a legend, but he's deserving of the title of the best spectacular 5 aide or teacher ever. And you know why? Although it's one person who's created this and no one else wants to be a part of it, I feel like he ticked off every box in every criteria. I feel like Chris was one of those teachers who strived to be there for the student. And I know this isn't like any other tales and stories from Brighton Secondary, you know, with all the fun little animations or, you know, the wacky editing effects. This is actually genuine. This is from my heart. Because Chris, if you're watching this, and if you ever do watch this, I want you to know that you were one of the people who helped me get through, who helped me, and probably some other kids as well, get through Year 7. Even through the Miss Jacksons, the Miss Higgins, the Mr. Baramases, or through the Mr. fucking Hutchinsons, or, you serious? Through the Miss Andersons, through the Miss Sarakarkases, through the Miss Marins, through Mr. Hobsons, through everyone. You helped me, and you helped me get to a very good place. And you know what? For that, Chris, I admire you. Now, since this is nearly the end of the video, it hasn't been one of the normal videos, so I thought, why don't we create a little sitcom at the end? Because I feel like we could create a little bit of a sitcom at the end of the video, you know, including some, you know, animation. So, here from Throwbro Studios, and from me personally, take care of yourself, and here is the first and final episode of Chris the Legend. Enjoy.
Has anybody seen Chris today? Surely someone has had to seen Chris. Yo, bro, can you just shut the fuck up? Yeah, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm trying to listen, cunt. Shh! I'm trying to do Matt's Pathways. Sorry, Jazzy, you fucking snitch. Fuck! Chris will be here any time, okay? Jesus. You know, Miles, you can't get your knickers in a twist every single time Chris doesn't arrive to a class. I mean, look at them. They're doing fine. And I mean, they're pretty much, you know, the jokes of the class, you know? Well, I mean, Bucky, it's not like he's just gonna kick in the door and, like, come to the classroom right now as I say this ridiculous fire. Miles, Tyler, Nate, what are you guys playing? Let me see. Oh my god, I used to play this when I was younger. Friday the 13th, right? The NES? Yeah, it is. I just got it up and running on this cool emulator. I mean, this school internet, I mean, it's fucking shit, but like, it'll work. You wanna watch us play? Sure, it beats me. I mean, who wants to go help Miss Jackson right now? I think she's in a bit of a cranky mood. Tyler! Why are you not doing the work? Oh, yeah, let's just get on with the game, I think. Yeah, let's just get on the game, Miles. Quick. Come on. Oh, no, wait! You saw that right, Tyler. That was bullshit. How did I die so quick? Fuck this. Fucking hell. I got this, Miles. Step aside. 1981 champion here. I can beat this game every single day. Okie dokie. Okay, here you go, Chris. Let's see how you do after 30 years. Fuck, that was a really good line. I guess you are the NES champion after all, Chris. Thanks, man. You know, I could have done without. Oh shit.